Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 21st episode of Experience Matters. And today we have with us a very special guest, Tushar Bhakte, who has joined us to understand, to make us understand, make the students understand, make the professionals understand that there is a life beyond doing MBA from a premium institute. And, you know, Tushar is known for taking orthodox decisions. I have known Tushar since a long time. He joined with us at IIT KGP, and then after completing about 6 to 8 months there, he moved out. He went to IIM Bangalore. He cracked CAT while studying in IIT Kharagpur and banked a very good percentile. And it was shocker for us as well when Tushar moved to IIM Bangalore. And then after studying for 2 years in IIM Bangalore, he secured a good job, worked there for 7, 8 months, and then decided to leave his job. So he has been through and through known for his very unorthodox decisions, which are not very popular in the society. What society considers to be an ideal norm today is class 10 निकाल लिया, class 12 निकाल लिया, engineering कर ली, उसके बाद MBA कर लिया, life set है. But Tushar has been one candidate who has been breaking all of these norms. He has been very, very unorthodox in his approach, and he has been fantastic. I have always taken inspiration personally from his journey, so I thought of bringing him up today to talk to us. So, hello, Tushar. Welcome to today's podcast with us. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. I will hand over the baton to you with my first opener question that, IIT Kharagpur happened, right? After 10, 12 engineering, IIT Kharagpur happened, and IIT Kharagpur 6 months. And then the decision of giving CAT again and moving to IIM Bangalore. How did that bizarre thought come in your mind? Because many people actually think that एक अच्छे कॉलेज में ले लूं एंड पैरेलली कैट दूं, बट बहुत लोग उसको फुलफिल नहीं कर पाते हैं. जहां तक मेरी जर्नी है, मैंने वो चीज देखी है कि 99% of the people, though they come with the motivation that I will give CAT again, ultimately they do not end up doing that, or even if they do not end up switching because they've already spent 6 months. So I want you to share your journey. Why the life of IIT Kharagpur? Why did you leave it, and why IIM Bangalore? How did you prepare yourself for CAT?
Okay, thank you, Swamijit, for calling me. And it's my pleasure. If I am getting to inspire people, then I believe my journey, like I also started the content creation journey, and I believe that whenever I'm able to inspire at least 1% of the people who are watching in this show or anywhere listening to this, my purpose of making these videos are successful. So that is again my inspiration. As you said, what was the inspiration? So apparently IIT Kharagpur happened. Met amazing guys like you there. Then I went to IIM Bangalore, very unorthodox decision. And then after passing out from IIM Bangalore, securing a PPO, doing 7 months of job, doing decently, and apparently being the best performer in them, and then leaving the job within 7 months. So yeah, I've taken very unorthodox decisions, and the reason behind it was that when I was working, so I'll start with my journey basically. So I come from a town called Nagpur, city Nagpur, and but before that, my parents come from a village, and there the exposure is very less. And at the time when I was in Nagpur, again doing engineering in 2018 from Nagpur University itself. So again, there were people who were discussing about CAT, and I didn't know about CAT at that moment. I knew about that. Okay, there is some gate exam after engineering you should give to secure jobs in PSU and all. And a group of four good friends, got a job in a common company. So we went there, dropped the plan of gate and all and all. After going to Delhi for the first time, to Gurgaon, then I realized, okay, there is a huge world outside where I was living. And then I started exploring not only the professional thing, but also the personal journey that began there. So that was the inspiration for me. Like, okay, I'm sitting here for 8 hours. The other person is also sitting there for 8 hours. He's earning 40 lakhs, and I'm earning like 6, 7 lakhs at that moment. So that question struck me, and I was very and it was a very unsettling feeling for me, and that's where I started discovering more of these things. And then I came across CAT. Along with job, I tried to give CAT, but there was one section which I lacked upon, that was VARC. Then again I gave CAT, but after when the COVID struck, I thought that okay, now I should do it full time. And at that moment I also started one business that was called Hex Alpha Solutions. Now, one problem with that business was we didn't get enough funding, and that was COVID time. So we used to build IT products for various small businesses and all, but it didn't work out because of the team. Further, I cracked CAT. that time I was also offered in a job in DIR section for teaching DIR section, one of the CAT Premier Institutes. And at that moment, when I gave the CAT, it was the only section because of which I couldn't get good percentile there. And that was a like reality check का slap on my face कि यार देखो तुमको तो जॉब ऑफर हुई थी और तुम DIR तक सॉल्व नहीं कर पाए. And that thing shocked me. And there are moments in paper like अब बड़े preparation से जाते हो पेपर में बैठते हो और in the paper there is a moment कि बस now you cannot do anything, you are helpless. And that was that moment for me. And then जो भी percentile आया and it was good, but then I joined IIT Kharagpur. I was very happy there, but वही again that unsettling feeling in me कि नहीं यार कुछ तो और करना है, कुछ तो और करना है. So I started again preparing, gave decent amount of mocks there, and then I cracked IIM Bangalore. IIM Bangalore is amazing place again, very great crowd and all. And after that, in job. So if you see my journey, that unsettling feeling in me is something जो बोलते हैं ना कीड़ा होता है इंसान में जो बैठने नहीं देता. That is one thing जो मुझे हमेशा motivate करता है कि I should do new things, explore more things. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic, Tushar. And I popularly remember a quote. People say, "Go with the flow, go with the flow." But I read somewhere that only dead fish go with the flow. So somebody who
Yeah, true.
actually try to break the flow is not very well looked up by the society. अरे ये क्या कर रहा है? ये तो कुछ अलग ही कर रहा है. ये डिसीजन सही नहीं है. ये डिसीजन गलत है. ये मेरे को भी बहुत लोगों ने बोला at multiple points in my life that this is not the correct way. But what I felt, and now when I look back retrospectively, I exactly wanted to do that at that point of time. And that's why I did it. And I have no regrets for it, right? So I think your
Correct.
journey has been quite similar to that. And I believe that you have taken very brave calls. So, kudos to you for that. Leaving IIT Kharagpur, वो कीड़े की वजह से, and then going to IIM Bangalore and securing a job and leaving again and starting back from square one, back to square one every
Yeah.
time. And in between having your own startup and then again entering that space and then now entering content creation. Let me tell you, and let me take the time to break in. Tushar has a content creation channel. He has just opened it. It's an YouTube channel. I will put the link in the description box. Please go to his channel. He creates superb content, related to CAD business and world economics, what's going around there, and superb short videos. I really love it because it's consumes less amount of time and gives superb information as well. So please follow his channel if you already haven't. So let me come to this question, this part, right? IIM Bangalore. It happened. And IIM
Yeah.
Bangalore is one of the best places. ABC, the Holy Trinity, as looked up by everybody. And you actually spoke that you had a great crowd there. You made some great connections. Tell us more about IIM Bangalore, because after that we will go to your journey of job and why did you choose to leave your job. But before that, how was the structure at IIM Bangalore? How was the education system, the case study structure, the pedagogy, the professors, the peer-to-peer learning, most importantly, how, and the placement scenario? Many people want to know, 100% placement होते हैं, अच्छे placements होते हैं, कैसा है, क्यों है? So just tell a brief snippet about your journey at IIM Bangalore in specific.
Okay. So I'm Bangalore. Talking about I'm Bangalore, there are 1,000 of memories which rush into me. And I specifically remember this thing once you said कि अच्छा placements के बारे में बताओ. So once we enter the college, there is this introductory session. And when you go into that session, the professor will tell you that you are here at IIM Bangalore. You don't need to worry about the placements. Think about creating an impact once you pass out from this institute, because there are a few people who are privileged to be in this college. And that thing stayed with me. And so business world, maybe jobs, maybe your startups and everything. What I believe, and this is what is I've learned over the time, made by my job, made by the IIM Bangalore, made by IIT Kharagpur itself, because they have helped me develop myself personally and had helped me build a mindset. Because I believe everything starts from a mindset. So you said that even if you start anything, you should go back to square one. Exactly. And that's my motto in my startup also, that every day here is a day one. So you have to work hard. You have to do everything as if you are joining this company today, and you have to create an impact. And that is the only thing which IIM Bangalore helped me to groom myself and my personally and professionally. So college life at IIM Bangalore is literally crazy. There is Haninas, there is Amul. So वहाँ पे discussions होता है, late night discussion. You study till 3 a.m. You go out there to have a Maggie. There are many festivals. At IIM Bangalore, you won't be free for a single minute. You once you're done with an exam, okay, there is another event you need to handle. Once you're done with another event, there is some sports activity which is going on. So IIM Bangalore does not only focus on having studies. It gives you overall experience to explore yourself in different fields. So when I was at IIM Bangalore, I used to go swimming. I used to do music. There are many of the performances which I gave at IIM Bangalore, and crazy. The atmosphere is crazy. And when it comes to studies, yes, there is full competition. Every day is a cat at IIM Bangalore. So you have to experience that same stress. You have to keep that, that adrenaline to go in and, kick in. Okay, now I have to go and crack it. There are case studies. You need to read 30, 40 odd pages for every subject. Okay, you do it. Go. If you don't read it, okay, then you will get only the concepts there and you will be wondering, okay, I should have read that. Because IIM Bangalore में जब professor पढ़ाता है, he won't go into the topics much. He'll try to bring out that thing from you. आपको क्वेश्चंस करेंगे, you have to class participate and all. And the lessons which I learned there were crazy amazing because जो perspective था मेरा businesses को लेके कि यार okay this has failed, okay this might be the reason और ऐसे हो सकता है. But when I went to IIM Bangalore, I know okay this is the reason, and if this thing would have been done differently, probably this would have created a huge impact. So this is like actually very eye-opening for me. It was eye-opening for me. The second thing, which is one of the best things about IIM Bangalore, apart from IIMA and IIMC, and there is a reason I'll tell you why. That is the peer group which you get. So in IIMA, there are mostly freshers, and in IIMC, the environment is quite chill. So IIMB is a balance of both of them. And in IIM Bangalore, you get a lot of experience, guys. So when you sit in the classroom with this type of minds, you don't know what kind of an input would be coming, what kind of a perspective would be coming from each of these people. And that is very interesting. Like you are sometimes like, यार यही तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था. इसको ऐसे भी नजरिए से देख सकते हैं. And it actually opens your senses कि अच्छा, let me think it this way. And not only what has happened, but you have to go and dig in how that has happened and why that has happened. So the pedagogy, the professors are amazing. Okay, there is case-based learning, but it is balanced with experimental learning. You get various projects and all and all. You have booklets, so you also read from books and all. So it is not fully case-based, but yeah, it is great. Placements again, you don't need to worry about placement once into your you are into the Holy Trinity, A, B, C. You will definitely get a placements. Plus, there is no restriction on a person that he cannot sit in any particular company. You can sit in any of the companies. This is a myth which many people have कि okay यार मैंने marketing कर लिया तो finance में नहीं बैठ पाऊंगा या finance पढ़ लिया तो मैं बाकी इसमें नहीं बैठ पाऊंगा. No, this is not the case in IIM Bangalore or ABC. If you are studying at IIM Bangalore, you are eligible to sit at any companies. It's just upon you how your resume is, how your background is, and what you have done distinguishedly from the rest of the people. Because वहाँ पे सब topper बैठे हैं. It's one thing कि आप खुद को किस तरीके से differentiate कर सकते हो, and that can actually make you shine. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what I hear you saying is a holistic learning experience and a fantastic peer-to-peer learning because of the group of people and the minds of the people there, and perspective about how businesses are done completely changes. And same experience I am also with when I studied in IIT Kharagpur. It completely changed, right? How I used to see businesses, how I used to do businesses. It completely changed that perspective. I think it gives you a new perspective altogether. So that leads me to my third question. You told that job is, everybody would get it, and you also got a job, I'm assuming. So tell us more about your job. Like, what was your job like? How lucrative was the salary? How lucrative was the work life there? Or more or less, what was your experience in the 7 8 months of job that you did? What were you working with? What problem were you solving? And then we will come to the part that why that nudge came from inside, that okay, I should leave this and do something else probably. So tell us more about the job that you got.
Okay, so apparently, I was working with one of the top FMCG firms in India, and I don't want to disclose the name. So yeah, so I was selected for an internship there, and I would like to share that internship wala interview experience specifically. So what happened was when I entered the room, so they had already selected two people, and their capacity was for two people only, and they didn't want a third person to take. So when I entered in, so I had shared my resume and they started grilling me like anything. कि okay, ये क्यों किया? फिर आपने आईआईटी खड़गपुर छोड़ के फिर यहाँ क्यों आ गए? You know, they tried to portray me as a failure, sort of a thing. And that is genuinely a thing because at FMCG, when you go into FMCG, probably into marketing and sales, particularly sales, there is a hell lot of pressure which you had need to handle. So, so they asked me this question. I defended it, and for the marketing round, the CMO came in of the company. And when the CMO came in, what all I have learned in my 2 years in the initial 1 month for marketing, I had to speak each and everything, but with examples and with the real life examples to the CMO to convince him that okay, yeah, this is the thing. So I recall giving an example of Zepto. So he asked me कि give me an example कि जहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ marketing का कुछ अलग से चीज हो रही है. So I gave him example of Zepto about the moment marketing and how it was built on the concept of quick recall. कि आपको यार 10 मिनट में कुछ चाहिए, कुछ भूल रहे हो तो it was built on that thought. And he was impressed with that answer, and that was the only differentiating factor which got me in. The 2 months I spent at this company were amazing at internship. I was into new product development for that moment. So my profile was of brand manager, a post internship also in the full time role also. But the initial phases are the training where you do sales. Now, what happened when I joined this as a full time was we are given different stint in different part of India. So I went to different places for sales stint, and I could learn a lot from there because there are different type of people, there are different type of products, and you won't believe me that a particular product which is not known in North is like selling like an hot cake in South. सो दैट वाज अ ग्रेट ऑब्जर्वेशन लाइक देखोगे आप बहुत सारे ऐसी चीजें हैं जो नॉर्थ में बिक रही है साउथ में नहीं बिक रही जो वेस्ट में बिक रही है जो ईस्ट में नहीं बिक रही और जो ईस्ट में बिक रही है वो नॉर्थ में नहीं बिक रही सो देर इज अ इफ यू हैव अ प्रोडक्ट देर इज एन ऑडियंस फॉर दैट आई केम टू नो दैट डेफिनेटली कि आप कुछ भी बना लो इंडिया में कुछ सब कुछ बिकेगा आपको बेचना आना चाहिए दैट वाज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन विच आई गॉट फ्रॉम माई जॉब the second thing which I got from my job and which I believe is the most important to me is the team. If you have a great team, if you have a focused team, you can win the world. Trust me, you can win the world. So having a team is very, very important. And team का मतलब ये नहीं है कि friends को हम team में ले ले रहे हैं. That is a very big mistake which many peoples do. कि okay चलो दोस्त है दोस्त के साथ startup कर रही है. It's good, but you need to evaluate. You need to come to a synergy. You need to be on same page, and then you can move ahead with that thoughts. So these are some of the major learning which I did. For the things which I did create a new product for a company when I was in for the 2 months at internship. I was able to create an impact in amount of sales in a dying zone for a hero product of the firm. So yeah, it was a crazy experience for me, and yeah, I did create an impact there. And I remember a few things. So my manager, when I was leaving the company, said that this is you leaving the company is not a loss for you, but it is a loss for us. So that thing stayed with me, and yeah, that was again a motivating factor for me to go ahead.
Fantastic. I think, brilliant explanation of how products work, your learnings from, different sales channels, how you visited. And I believe it also humbles you from inside, right?
Right.
Makes you very grounded because you realize that there are different segments of people. The moment you think that I know how to create a product, how to create a business, you will be grounded by the fact that you actually don't. Because every day is a new
True.
day, you learn new things, you meet with new people, you interact and you learn. What I understand from your job experience, Tushar, that it was, jolly good, right? You were learning things, you were valued at the company. I'm sure you were getting paid also good. So everything was in your favor. Then why this decision of leaving a secure job and that too quick? And how did you convince yourself that in spite of everything going right, you should take the leap of faith? And how supportive were your parents and relatives and other friends and family about it, because they play a very important role. At the end of the day, it is your decision, but there are surrounding people, right? You are not in the journey alone. So when there are surrounding people, they will always have a say, and that will kind of influence your decision to some extent, right? Not control it directly. So my question is a threefold: that how did you convince yourself to take that leap of faith? Why did you leave this job? The why behind it, the how behind it, and where your friends and family very supportive about it?
Okay. So I like the thing which you said, why and how, because I love this type of question. कुछ भी मैं करता हूँ, I give myself कि चलो root cause analysis करना है, I'll ask five whys to it. So amazing question. So as I said, five whys, and that was the reason I started my reflection on. So I used to take this local buses when I was traveling in my job. So Haryana Roadways, I was in Haryana. So I used to take Haryana Roadways. There were a lot of people from different backgrounds I used to interact with. Then again in South, I used to take auto rickshaws and all. And then again, I then interacted with a lot of people. So if you see, I've moved across India in major regions and all, and I've met a different kind of people. So I believe that travel has a lot of role to play in my journey, because travel has helped me to explore different kind of, the thought process, to provoke that thought process कि यार okay, तो कि लोगों की लाइफ भी ऐसी होती है. यू सी द पीपल जो कि बहुत गरीब है, बहुत अमीर है, सभी वहां पे है. एंड दिस थिंग इज कीपिंग मी इंस्पायरिंग, दिस कीप्स मी इंस्पायरिंग. जैसे मैं बताता हूँ, आई वेंट टू थाईलैंड. तो वहां पे एक बंदा था, who was from Germany. He sold everything. He had a job. He left that job. He collected that saving, and he was on a world tour, on this expedition to explore the world. Not on a world tour, I would say. And I asked him, bro, that are you not afraid कि यार आपका पैसा खत्म हो जाएगा तो आप क्या करोगे? And he said, no, I don't want to die with a regret that I wanted to do this. I wanted to explore the world, and I couldn't do it just because I'm trapped into a system where I need to just earn money. And I was shocked. I was taken aback, and I was like, okay, that there are people who think like this. And again, this all things have, this makes you reflect back on yourself कि यार तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Why are we stuck in that loop? The rat race which everybody follows कि हाँ यार society ये बोल रही यही कर. And I thought कि no, no, I'm also doing something wrong because I'm not able to, be, वो मजा नहीं आ रहा, ये thrill नहीं आ रहा. So I started reflecting. Then again, what happened was कि if you see these companies, major companies, so these people are focused on profit making. जो इम्पैक्ट मेकिंग है, क्रिएटिंग अ डिफरेंस वाला, वो चीज अभी खत्म हो रही है धीरे धीरे. एवरीवन इज मोस्टली फोकसिंग, शिफ्टेड देयर फोकस ऑन प्रॉफिट मेकिंग. प्रॉफिट कैसे कमाए, सीएसआर के नाम पे हम जो कर रहे हैं, दैट इज सफिशिएंट. एंड दैट इज अ थॉट व्हिच आई हेटेड बिकॉज आई केम इनटू दिस कंपनी बिकॉज ऑफ द वैल्यूज दिस व्हिच दे से. आई सेड कि ओके चलो, वैल्यूज सही है, सब कुछ सही है. सो दैट डिड नॉट रेजोनेट विद मी मच आफ्टर आफ्टर 6-7 months. So that was one trigger point for me. The second point was कि okay, I need to do something before it's too late, because I mean it's never too late to start. But I believe कि अच्छा, अगर मैं अभी 28 हूँ तो 28 में अगर मैं start कर दूँ, I have that 2 years का more cushion कि मैं दो साल में शायद और explore कर लूँ. What if one business fail? I can start another. If second fails, I can start the third. But I know, fail early and learn early. Fail early, start early, learn करते रहो, सीखते रहो, सीखते रहो, सीखते रहो. सो आई हैव दैट क्वेश्चन कि अच्छा, मेरे पास 2 साल में मैं बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकता हूँ अपने आप पे. मेड बी कंटेंट क्रिएशन, बिजनेस, स्टार्टअप, एनीथिंग. सो एक्सप्लोर दैट, एक्सप्लोरिंग वाला थिंग अगेन केम फ्रॉम ट्रैवल. इंस्पिरेशन केम फ्रॉम ट्रैवल, द सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन विच आई हैड. एंड द वन थिंग कि प्रॉफिट मेकिंग पे फोकस नहीं करना है, वांट टू क्रिएट एन इम्पैक्ट. सो उसी उसी दौरान मैं घर पे आया. माय पेरेंट्स वर लाइक कि जॉब क्यों छोड़ना है, दैट सिक्योरिटी वाला कि अब तो सही है, अब तो शादी वादी भी कर लो, सेट हो जाओ. सर लाइक, मम्मी पापा मजा नहीं आ रही, मतलब जो सोच के गया था, इट्स नॉट हैपनिंग दैट वे. And then I sat with them. It was very difficult to convince them. But apparently, when they came to know, कि, okay, I think this way, that I want to live my life, I want to take risk. So it's a bet. I'll tell you, this is a bet with me and my parents. कि मैं अगर नहीं कर पाया तो I have to join your job again. But I'm pretty sure, and they are also convinced now कि no, you should do business only in 3 months, because they saw working me hard, creating a business from scratch. So they are now happy, and they are like, कि नहीं, अभी तो business ही कर, don't do a job. So that mentality change, that shift change is very, required in a today's society, because our minds are wired to think that way. So यही सब करके I convinced my parents. And then inspiration came to me from for my business was from my mom, because she's a diabetic patient. She's a BP hypertension patient. Again, my father also has hypertension. And I thought that if in every household there are these 2 to 3 people, and they always want to eat something but they are not able to. So इसीलिए I thought कि चलो let's create something for them which they are able to eat but in affordable space. So ऐसे ही मैंने convince किया parents को, and for my father, for my friends, they were always supportive. They were in fact asking me कि चलो यार इक्विटी दे दो और इक्विटी दे दो, श्रेड कर लो. I said कि चलो थोड़ा बढ़ने दो फिर definitely इस पे बात करेंगे. So yeah, this was the.
Fantastic. I want to ask you that do you feel that it is the right decision to take a leap of faith without a cushion? Because many people who would be seeing this video would have joined their jobs and they are trying to figure out that एक financial freedom बना लो, and फिर थोड़ा जब लगे कि हाँ थोड़ा sustainable हो गया है, I can run myself for 2 years, 3 years without any financial support from anybody with the cushion, and then take the leap of faith. Do you feel that since you left very early, just wanted to know, there is no wrong or right about it, but do you feel that it is the right time to take a leap of faith without a question? And second is, if not, then when is the right time? Because many people who right time ढूंढते ढूंढते ही 10 साल 15 साल 20 साल हो जाते हैं, and then they become comfortable in what they are doing and they are never able to take it. So what is the right balance to you, according to you?
So there is no perfect cushion, trust me. But what actually creates a difference is the clarity. So you should have clarity, and that comes from when you have gained some core skills. आज के time में skills, India is a skill-based economy, and you need to have skills. Second is when you have validated your idea and you know कि अच्छा मेरा idea सही है, मेरे पास एक direction है, and I can work in this way और मैं कुछ create कर पाऊंगा. थर्ड थिंग विच लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर डूइंग, एंड दिस इज अ मिस्टेक, कि लोग फ्रस्ट्रेशन से के वजह से सोच रहे हैं कि मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द पर्पस. सो अगेन पर्पस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, नॉट कि अच्छा मैं फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया यार, जॉब नहीं करनी बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना, यू नो दैट इज अ वेरी रॉन्ग थिंग. सो आई विल से कि पर्पस पर्पस ढूंढो, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू, एंड उसके हिसाब से करो, देन इट विल शाइन, योर आइडिया विल शाइन. एंड द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज जब आप ऐसा डिसीजन लेते हो, यू नीड टू बी फ्रेंड्स विथ योर डाउन साइड, बिकॉज बहुत डाउन साइड्स आएंगे, बहुत ऐसे डिप्रेसिंग मोमेंट्स आएंगे. सो नीड टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट. एंड इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि ब्लाइंड लीप्स जो होते हैं वो काफी रिस्की होते हैं. सो हैविंग अ कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क विल हेल्प यू टू टेक दिस काइंड ऑफ डिसीजंस. एंड देयर इज नो राइट टाइम, फ्रैंकली. आपको जब लगता है कि अभी करना है तो अभी कीजिए, आपको लगता है कि 3 साल बाद करना है 3 साल बाद कीजिए. बट एज एज अ सेड कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट द राइट टाइम, इट्स अबाउट मोर अबाउट द क्लैरिटी. सबको क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए कि हाँ, these are the 4 points I am done through, there is a checklist, okay, I'm done, चलो मैं start कर सकता हूँ. And in today's world, frankly, there is no restriction because of the on the finance thing, because you can get funding very easily. There are government grants, there are loans, there are MSME schemes. There are a lot of things which can help you financially. So finance का अगर टेंशन है तो बिल्कुल भी उसको निकाल दो.
Fantastic.
That is my advice.
Fantastic. So, you want to share something. I know it's a secret. You will launch it probably. You want to talk about the business that you are planning to do, or about your journey of content creation a little bit, and then we'll probably wrap it up with any suggestions, last minute suggestions. If you have quickly, you can share that. What are you thinking? Maybe not the actual idea of the product, but if whatever
So,
you're comfortable sharing, that what after this, what can we see Tushar Bhakte doing after this?
okay, so we are in process of launching a food brand very soon, processed food brand, but that is for all health, the people who are concerned about their health. But our major focus is on hypertension, BP, and this heart diseases and diabetes. So these people who are suffering from this, who cannot eat, that 4 p.m. wala snack. So we are we are trying to build something कि वो 4 p.m. वाला snack हम उनके लिए create कर दे. Second is, if you see that there is another venture which I've already started called Disrupt Blue, marketers and consultant. So I already have been supporting many firms to do their marketing and all. So that is going very well. And yeah, the content creation is again about inspiring. So I believe that, again I'll say that which I started with the session with, कि अगर 1% लोग भी इसको देख के inspire होता है, then my purpose of coming on this podcast is successful. So yeah, that inspiring thing is something which keeps me motivated कि अच्छा कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है, कुछ करना है, and with a purpose. Without purpose, it is meaningless. Yeah.
Exactly. Fantastic. Yeah. I think you are hustling around a lot of things. would be coming again to probably have another round of podcast where I want to discuss how did you crack the supply
Sure,
chain
sure.
of it, because many people are interested. I'm personally very interested because I don't have a product background. I always keep on wondering how to source, because I know the e-commerce and the retail side of it. I know the marketing and sales side of it, but the product side of it, never that confident, right? So I would like to know more from you. We will discuss probably in a separate concern once you launch the brand. Probably would like to have you and your co-founders on the channel to discuss more. I would like to end the conversation with, lastly, Tushar, what has been the learning? You have seen a lot of ups and downs, and I want you to share the major, that one takeaway, that one liner, which will probably help anyone who is watching that video. You talked about that 1%. My purpose of creating content is also about that 1% who gets inspired. So, any last minute tips for the people who are hustling out there from your journey of ups and downs, if you have to give that one learning, what would it be?
So I believe that there are two to three things which I'll give it in one line itself. That first is find a purpose. If you have a purpose, you will ultimately get clarity about the things which you are doing. If you get clarity and you have a strong purpose, you will already start hustling hard. And if you hustle hard, then resilience comes in. And that resilience ultimately transforms into grit. So you see that as a chain. You don't need to कि अच्छा because सिर्फ hustle करना no no no. You have that whole kind of a process which you will only yourself explore. So yeah, my last minute advice is don't rush in. Take your time, find that core purpose, find that inspiration, and then work on it. Get that clarity, and yeah, there is nothing which can stop you. If you have thought कि मुझे ये करना है, then yes, आप कर सकते हो. But don't give up. There will be ups and downs, but don't give up. Just don't give up.
Fantastic. So there's a popular dialogue, and I would like to end the conversation with that dialogue. There is a TVF series called Pictures
Yeah.
Season One, and they're in the concluding pitch, the person says, I remember Naveen Bansal, who is the chief founder. He says that, you take up the history of every founder, and you will find one common thing: the people who made it big chose not to give up. So that's
True.
the only differentiator. You try, and you succeed one fine morning. Aman Gupta, boat, classic story. It is his ninth startup. He has opened eight
True.
unsuccessful startups before that. So I think the resilience is very, very important, and to pivot and try again till it is done.
Correct.
So you are not done till you are done. So you have to be there. So fantastic talking to you, Tushar, about your journey. Probably will bring another podcast where people can learn more about the startup ecosystem, the supply chain and sales side of it. But right now, what we have learned in today's session is exemplary. I think will give an inspiration to many people who are watching this video, and will make even 1% change in their approach to seeing things. So thank you very much for coming on to the podcast once again. Thank you for accepting our request. If you like the video, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for regular updates, as we'll keep on bringing experts like Tushar on this channel. And please, please, please go to Tushar's channel. It's the YouTube link is again in the description box. Please go to his channel, view his content, and subscribe to his channel, because he's doing a fantastic job. And follow him on LinkedIn as well. I will put his LinkedIn ID as well in the description box. So follow him on LinkedIn, get connected, create a network, and do good for yourself and do good for others as well. And do not forget the thing that he mentioned: purpose and impact. Most important thing. So that was it from our side for today. Thank you very much. Signing off.